play-ins is basically round robin, and then it's done off
leading the charge sometimes and getting picked off early or
head-to-head, so obviously if everyone wins 2-0 and then the others draw, is in the go 0-1 or 1-1. It is mostly down to maps, so if anyone can 2-0 here, it is huge. Okay, Team Secret on defense, GenG on attack, and they decide to go aggro. Playoffs already? Now this is play-ins, so there's one more spot into playoffs. Because that's how the format is.
Waiting for the rest of the team's backup, and GenG, they're wise to this as well, as they want to make sure they're able to clear the site safely, but they just don't have time to be able to push in as the backup's already arrived and surrounded them. But guess what?
Wow, they fragged out. They fragged out. Texture is outrageous in pistols. I swear, they have a good pistol percentage because of Texture and Meteor.
Really fast. And this is a
I feel like the Astra did unreal damage as well. 3 assists.
Quick to turn, gets the double dink, or the single dink into the body shot there. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Oh, it's 10 gifted before the stream starts?
Basically been playing the tournament of his life,
Yeah,
which
absolute
is
madman.
we've always praised Texture's individual performance, but for him to shine so much on a roster like this for GenG,
Yukio did 10 gifted before the stream starts. Dude, I'm barely even there. Thank you so much, man. Chat, can we get some kind of spam for the gifted as well? Sorry, Prodigy, thank you for letting me know that as well.
Pop a smoke towards mid, anticipating some pressure from Team Secret. Buying themselves
a
little bit of time to rotate over towards 8.
Prodigy's lying to me?
Texture often pretty good for these, especially with a
We're going ahead with it.
Seeing how accurate he can be with those
one-tap We're going ahead with it. Thank you so much, man. He's lying. He's trying to cover up the 10 gifted as well. Doesn't want the attention. Too late. Yukio, thank you so much for that, man. Really appreciate it. Ewok as well. Coach Ewok, hello mate, how you doing? Thank you for the 5 months.
Yesterday, picking up a lot of kills, really climbing the power ranking as well. We'll see if that comes to fruition on the Sheriff.
Some nice shots there to delay that trail.
Ewok, you have
this
format, man. You have so long now.
And it's going to be a double stack right around the corner. They didn't quite check it, and it's going to be 1 kill each for Jeremy. Jeremy picking up a second as well.
This is worrying.
Sure, it's just
we walked out and we had kind of 3 people at the same angle. We have a flank behind, locking them in. Astra's in Astral form.
And NDG on the flank. Lockyer just has too many targets. He wants to isolate 1v1, trying to pick up NDG. He's so concerned about his back. And Team Secret just will not budge. Time on their side. He picks it up and he cannot swing on to the second. Envy will pick up another kill to his name.
1, 2, 3 guns. NDG gets there in time. Well, that's one way to get back into it.
And able to punish GenG when they try to push
and they had the right amount of people. Huh?
Just really well drawn up, great patience, not overextending, not using any of that utility.
You're
like
wild
as well.
Will.
Just
Doing good,
really solid stuff. I mean, that is a super encouraging sign here for Team Secret, and a devastating blow for GenG. A couple of marshals going to be picked up for them, but that's about it. And a lot of rifles abound here for Team Secret.
Okay, Knight goes over towards B.
Still plenty
to explain the default on this map.
Yeah, and full armors as well, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong. This map is confusing. Like the most normal default is like a mid default. You kind of have 2 options really. Is what it kind of varies to. It's normally like an A default, or you kind of get a little bit of elbow control. What you'll normally see on a default is like elbow control into top mid control. This map does work like a little bit differently to every other map. It is relatively weird, relatively aim based. But yeah, the normal kind of control would be like blocking off top mid and then taking.
I mean, of course, early kill onto mid as well, kind of forcing GenG's hand to move forward, but Meteor is going to make sure that they can stabilize. Still holding on to mid with Texture lurking there. Is he aware that the potential push for Envy is going to come out? He just is not.
I feel like this is one of the maps that differs the most when you're playing against different agents. Oh my god, Envy's been here the whole time. And the 3, let's see if they can get any damage, because honestly, they're chipping away at him a little bit.
Throughout some of their matches is not checking those corners. This time around, it works out in their favor because he somehow sneaks behind Texture without either of them noticing. Now over to Borkum, trying to lock down this A site. Going to invest Snake Bite. utility thrown.
A lot of damage done. I mean, this is already back up all arrived here. Even the plan
Savage nade
with that fragment, they have to let go and just right into Borkum's Guardian from long range. Sure, everyone hiding in the smokes. Meteor will be good for another shot. Borkum's going to take down one more member now. Just Meteor, time goes down, and he will have to drop that Marshall
Absolutely
as well. 2-1 lead
savage.
for Team Secret.
Yeah, nice hold here for Team Secret. A couple crispy shots from Meteor, but not enough to break through their defenses. So stalwart adaptive play here so far from Team Secret. Better doing their jobs. That's
We don't see Envy shaking up that often.
No.
Win shot as well. Win shot with the prime. Thank for the 3 months.
I mean, yeah, he can see.
Okay,
he's
now we
holding
got a
there
buy
little
V
bit.
buy.
Oh boy.
We say a buy V buy. We got a bulldog and a guardian, but we're
risky one,
carrying
but
it.
at the end of the day,
Fast buy goes in GenG. Considering they won the pistol, probably the worst possible start they could have had. But good news for them is Team Secret don't have any ults. Chat casters are a little bit low.
Yeah, and you'd love
Yeah,
to find
I
a
can
way
put
to
him
get
up
picked
slightly, I
somewhere on the
think.
map to get this neural theft available.
I'm gonna put him here.
For usage for GenG. Just gonna see if they can
Let me know
get
how it
into
sounds.
it. Only one away from the Blade Storm is Jeremy. Not gonna be super important this round, but potentially in a few. Lakia, you know, if you could feed him an orb and a kill here, he should get the Seekers available. So, but GenG looks to be setting up for another probably
it's good.
a B
Okay.
hit, especially with that toxic screen coming down.
Yeah, and
really
the cloud
starts
as
to
well.
indicate it. Yeah.
Covers the nest. It's going to be a pinch onto B. The time is going to have to be crucial because they're not aware that there's a bit more weight here. But a good flash onto Jeremy. He can't answer back, but NDG not
Damn, Jeremy did so good here. And the Sova was close as well. Yeah, this was very, very nice. And they just went for a, not really a fast, but just a straight up just B split.
The contact there, the Texture tried to take, kind of backfired on him. As there was
Yeah, and
NDG
they just
lurking
had
in the back
fast
of the site,
rotate.
ready to crunch. He's been great back there. Day one was a little rough since then. He's been good, but that's a very, very nice shot from Karon.
That's the aimer, Karon. That's what he's
okay.
proud. But it's going to be.
We have potential here.
Another trade back. Or
the
back
flash.
here.
Damn,
Yeah,
the
flash
util
from
right
long
now is
range as
pretty
well.
good.
Envy, there's a reason he plays so much KO on
Util's
any of the
really,
maps
really
that Team
good.
Secret picks, and that's going to be a
Ah,
third
Ash.
round win for Team
I
Secret.
went
We
in.
saw it yesterday.
I went in. I
Envy
gave you a
really
give you a
starting to be
30
that
seconds
2023 Envy that we were
30
expecting,
second little
where he was able
example.
to have just such an impactful performance on the
Look at
KO.
his
Not a
recon.
sense, of course, but still having a very, very solid day. And the late lurks from Borkum were devastating. Devastating to Talon yesterday. Going to be keeping our
You
eyes
asked the
on
question
him
and then
surely throughout this
asked the
map.
question and take your dug out
And
respect.
of course, with a weapon dropped and enemies on low,
Sometimes you
Krebs is
gotta
going
do
to
it.
the outlaw coming up again.
Yeah,
It seems
just,
like once a couple of
just
teams
rewind
started
a little
kind of
bit.
experimenting it on those anti-ecos, more teams are like, oh yeah, we should really keep
That's so
track
funny, you
of
trolled
the
me.
credit situation.
Yeah, you
And
actually
you
got
can
me
see
with
it
the
on your
dono wall.
screens as well, all half armor.
And he's
Might
got
as well.
the Blade
The
Storm
double
back.
Marshall.
I mean, it's a really nice setup.
Potentially
here for
combining
Team
together
Secret.
to make
really
an
well
op.
thought out
They both
in
had their
terms of
shots.
the situation
And
that they find
the good
themselves in
news
this
for
round.
GenG
And
is they're going to
GenG,
have
once again,
at least 2 of the better
fishing for
ults.
some
I
of those
mean, 2 of
picks.
the best ults, to be honest,
Marshall
in terms of their comp
saw
to get him
Meteor
over
get a
towards the
couple good
site.
ones. Maybe Texture's got a few in him this time around. Envy,
Lovely
I
shot.
thought Envy
he's
was
just unreal.
Yeah, I thought Envy was going to have the advantage there, but Meteor just flicks right up to headshot
Jeremy
level.
has the
And you can
outlaw.
tell, other than
Everyone
Envy,
one
I mean,
shot,
everyone on the side of Team
but
Secret,
no
they
one
don't
coming
wanna
over
give
towards
away
here, and
these
a
angles,
lot
so you can
of-
potentially get picked off. I mean, even here on stairs, you're just peeking right over the edge. Borkum hiding around the pyramids, just trying to buy time. The tripwire.
A lot
soon
of
to be
pressure.
broken
Keep
in
an eye on
halls, and
the
Munchkin
Viper, by
chooses
the
to
way.
push
'Cause
up,
Viper
but he's
goes all
just
the way
gonna
through
hold
tube.
next to Doris. This
Finds
could be
the trip.
an instantaneous
Yep.
pinch here
Sees
as
the
Seekers
recon.
come out. They're going to have sight.
Sorry,
Jesse thinks
sees
it's the
the
main
wall.
force coming out from Metal Door, but it's actually going to be all from main just swarming onto Borkum.
It's a round where they're
Pyramids
hitting
taken
absolute
down,
shots,
and
and
Munchkin
this all.
drawing the attention of Jesse Vash so that he could not provide backup.
Yeah, this is really, really rough now. As they get that
And the
neural theft
Astro.
online.
And then with the Astro ult,
Trying to fish for some
maybe
cosmic divide
the
invested here
the
for GenG.
Jet at mid will try
Really
something.
make this unassailable. Texture going to be watching mid, but you can
This
see
is a lovely
Jesse's
Astro
already
ult,
kind of
to be
stuck
honest.
between the defenses, a trade.
Yeah, back and forth on that long range, but that is going to be another member down for Team Secret. They only have 2. NDG has to pick off the 1v1s, and
and
Munchkin
this is
hiding right
just
around the cosmic divide.
about
Now,
shots
Jesse
here.
Vash, sure, he's
I
not
like
spotted, but
Jesse's
it's going to
idea
be
here,
very
but
low on time.
he might get
We still
one.
have 2 members in mid. He's going to have to
Ooh.
get instant 3 taps. And they're just not
There's a
showing
world where he
themselves.
went a
They
little
know
bit
time's on
further.
their side. Munchkin
Got
even
2 for
putting
it,
in
but
with the Sheriff,
I mean
and
that
GenG will
is
finally
just straight up
stabilize with the
to. Was
thirsty
this
of their
Meteor that
own.
hit the
Yeah,
shot over towards
and
Damien?
it's on the back of Meteor's opening pick here. Now,
Yeah.
and this is no fault of Envy. He just gets outplayed. I mean, he's holding a great angle. It's the right thing. He even
Man,
gets a
that's
shot
so
to land
fast.
onto
Yeah.
Meteor there, but Meteor's just too fast,
This-
too good. and that opens things up. You're able to get the Neural Theft. You're able to use that Cosmic Divide to buy a lot of extra time here. Yeah, Jesse slips the net a little bit. That might be something to consider for GenG in future rounds, but overall, you gotta like what you're seeing here in a response from GenG after some
1-9 loss bonus. If they lose this, these three won't be able to get a full buy. So still a big round for GenG, even though it's a great win the round before. The only good news for Team Secret there is they used the 2 ults that they would have had.
I mean, even now creeping up on halls as well, they should have a very clear idea that this
No
has to be
seekers.
eventually a B pinch coming in from mid and of course B main.
No,
yeah,
Astro.
exactly. I mean, especially since you're catching Texture and Lakia, 2 crucial
Yeah,
parts
I like
that
this from
GenG
Jeremy.
executes in that knife. I mean, it's
Race the
gonna be
pressure.
really, really
Obviously, he
tough here
doesn't
now.
know that no one's
You think
middle
for
spotting
GenG,
this
but
cross,
NDG
but
still all
the
alone.
smoke's there.
Mid-control being
At least
taken
create
here
pressure that he
by
got out of
Team
here.
Secret, so the rotations should be able to come through quick. Let's see how long he
DG
can
on
hold
his own.
Yeah, it's just to execute. Now Texture just
No
trying to stay
cross
alive
map
from back,
recon.
Lakia with a good swing
Yeah.
out right around the pillar.
And I
Will
think
pick
in
off
terms
that
of how we're
headshot.
looking from Team
Now the
Secret
site
there,
always meant
is
to
they
be empty.
punished
NDG
B
was
so
always meant to
heavy
just buy time
early
for the rest of Team Secret. We'll
with
have
that
to take a
round
look
where
at
they
what the
tried to
retake
B
looks,
split,
but
that they just
Karon
felt
is
like
distracting
they
Jesse
weren't really
Bash.
going to
He
go B, so they
cannot
gambled a bit
come
heavier
to
for
provide that
mid
valuable
stack.
recon support on that Silva. Now entering in from tunnels, and Texture is just going to be spammed through the boxes and the wall there. Not going to be able to survive in amidst the toxic screen. Recon pings him, Meteor staying alive. He's trying to isolate the 1v1s. He can't land the shot onto Envy. And now just looking for that post plant, but the 0 point.
Hey,
and
the
it's going to
KO.
be the null command as well.
The
That's just
KO
keeping
here
them
is
tied
pretty
up. They
nice.
cannot
Also
use
just
their
means
skills. And Envy's just pushing out, knowing that they
also
can't do
just means that we
anything.
get no
They're not
Astra
gonna
suck.
defuse. The half has
Yeah, we
been
get it
done.
half,
They're
but he's
still
so
able to
far
try to
away.
continue it, and still so much time left on the
Yeah,
clock.
he's fine.
Yeah, this is just a brilliant read throughout the entire
That was
round
nice.
here for Team
That was
Secret.
nice,
Envy's
especially the
utility
KO
so
here.
valuable
Didn't want to
in
take
this
any
round,
risks.
particularly the
Kind of
0
looked
points.
and
The
just saw the
first one to
Astra
give
and
me
the
a vote
Viper alive.
on that B-Hall's
I still think the
push.
calling here from
And
GenG
then
was pretty
they're
good,
able to
not
use that tank space in
not
mid to set up for this retake, and
overthinking
then
the fact
immediately
that
they identify
B
the
looked really
position,
strong
the lane
earlier,
post-plant
and
position
potentially just
of the
thinking
two
that
controllers who are
they
looking
just
for
had
those
the
lineups,
Silver in the
looking
right
for those deep
position to get the
positions
double
to be
kill.
able to set up the gravity wells, the snake bites, those kind of things, and they are able to identify and isolate and eliminate.
And like we said, the 3 people
forces of
can't
GenG
buy.
there.
Textures is nice
nicely
though.
done by Team Secret.
Yeah, I mean, this composition of Astra and Viper, we've seen it a couple times in the past as well. Obviously, a little bit of
4v5
extra
retake, yeah, that
post-plant
kill on the
power,
wall
but
was
that's where that KO comes in so handy.
was
See that
really
on the
big.
Icebox maps
Kill
too,
on the
whenever
wall was
teams
really
try to
big, and then the
counter
2
out
playing
with
off
the
site
KO.
after plant
And
just
Team
got.
Secret making great use of the compositional differences as they lead
I mean-
4-2 in this first map of this best of 3.
Yeah, I'd like to see if GenG is
Trying to
gonna
work
try
out
to
if
hit me
the
a little bit more, is
Astra
to
could
use
have.
a little bit
Nah,
of
the Astra
that
couldn't have won it
Astra
in any other
utility
way.
to displace NDG in
The only way the
back.
Astra could have
He
won that
had
was by
opportunities there
spamming.
to get some kills. I mean, fortunately, Lakia very, very clean with his aim in that last round.
Yeah,
to
and
open
this
up
is
the
nice.
site,
So a
but
lot of the time you see a
that
camera
got
over
better.
towards this
NDG can
X,
certainly cause
and the
problems.
camera
Yeah,
spots
Munchkin,
over
they've
towards
been leaving
heaven.
up that hall
So
wide
when you're
open
playing
as long
against
as
a
he doesn't go all
Cypher,
the
this
way
is like the
through
most
Chris,
common
the
camera, and
tripwire
that's
to
when you'll
set
see
up
like
right
mid
next to the
defaults
barrier at the
become
start of each
more
round.
common, just
He
because
will break that,
you got to
just
take that
trying to
camera
make
out.
sure that
You got to
Team Secret
then
has to
create
shift their
pressure
way,
over
but they're
towards
not
tube.
budging. Jesse Vash is sitting so far behind in spawn, and we've seen him do this
Well,
last
I
year
say
quite a few
tube,
times
as
as
in
well. Kinda
you'll
take
create
that
pressure here so the
commander
person,
position
if they
to
are
make sure
holding
that they
tube,
can
gets
still
a little bit
rotate.
wrecked.
They have a safe rotation if the execute comes out.
Yeah, and he's got lineups for days from back there
Yeah.
too. So
Okay, and they're
a lot
beginning
that
into
he
the
can do from
they're
that
beginning
position.
into the B site, so
Bladestorm at the ready.
see what Texture can
this
do.
is
Texture.
not a setup that Secret has shown yet in this map. Of course, not completely ridiculous to expect, but Jeremy just hasn't taken this close angle for the double. He has been spotted. The flashes come out with the Cloudburst. He's going to escape, which is exactly what's needed so NDG can start to help pick off the kills at the entrance. No backup in the site, but Texture will still force
Texture
his
still
way
doing
all the
things.
way
This guy's
through.
getting
In the
wrapped
back,
on.
Bladestorm still online. He's hiding behind the box. He'll pick off another one. And, oh, the spike's
Yeah,
trying
had
be
to
stuck.
had
Having
to
trust in
had to
Texture, but
stick
he
this
can't
one
get there in
Munchkin.
time, and it's going to be a 4K
There's only
for
4
NDG.
seconds on the
Phenomenal movement here from
4
Jeremy.
seconds on the timer here. Had to
It's a big
stick it.
part of what makes this
And
so,
even
so
though
difficult
Texture
for
did a good
GenG,
job,
the spot
just got a
with the
little
trap
bit late.
wire as
Trips were
well.
too
Good
good
setup,
to
good
get in the initial
anticipation
kills
here
as
from
well.
Team Secret.
The
And,
actual
I'm
hit
pretty
was
surprised this isn't a
kind of
timeout
nice
from
though.
GenG, 'cause
Double smoke,
might be
sky
time
flash.
to pump the brakes a little bit and reassess here. As again, no real utility hits NDG. He's able to just kind of walk around the site and do what he wants, and that's going to be a real problem. He's gotten comfortable. We've seen it. You know, yeah, day one, some jitters.
Sky
for sure.
over
Team
Silver
Secret
on this
talked
map
about
is
it in
not the
interviews.
move.
But since
Yeah,
then,
they got
he
no
has looked
flashes though.
Really solid on this B defense.
Yeah, very calm, and I would go as far to even say that Team Secret perhaps I was expecting that some utility might have been used, right? NDG and Jeremy both holding close for that cross angle, trying to make sure that they're the ones throwing a
so run this
curveball.
map.
And
It's
GenG
just so
perhaps
strong.
relying a bit too much much on the fact that it does seem they've identified, okay, it's always this NDG anchor solo on B site. Team Secret generally so far at this kickoff tournament, they seem to favor that 1-4, 1-1-3 setup on a lot of these maps. So let's target him. He's the newest one. He's the youngest one. Let's target him and make sure that we kind of rough him up to make it an easy site entry. But he has
YouTube's, yeah, honestly, I forgot to have the YouTube chat up. Let's see what's going on over here.
The idea is not bad at all from GenG. It's just Team Secret is a step ahead of them in most regards. So looking over to this now, finally, GenG going to be able to get another full buy-in. Viper's Pit
What
is
went wrong with G yesterday? Bruh,
Neural Theft,
they're starting a map down by pick and bind. I'm going to be honest. They're doing impressive things to get 10 rounds the first time they played it, 8 rounds the next time they played it. But no joke, they're starting off 0-1.
They really got. The other one was a pistol win off the back of mostly shooting of texture, so
and then I didn't see the second map.
Is going to be crucial, and I like what they're doing. They're going to start assessing mid. They haven't really done that a lot so far. Has GenG
players that have impressed me?
One time texture pushed up and had that little bit of a, whoopsie daisies with Envy. We'll call it that. A little bit of a loop-de-loop, and it's
let me have a little think about that.
Look at that, where that one-way setup. They see him, and that's a great setup.
Yeah, and this is nice because normally it's just a camera that spots this as well, and
knows exactly how
this time they actually get heavy punished.
The lineup from the attacker side uses it against them, and now Secret, they're very well aware that this could have been a pinch onto A side.
Dude, we're just contacting.
Trying to create space for Envy, and Envy is holding on to his utility until the actual execute happens. So much patience from the Filipino squad.
Yeah, I love what I'm seeing. A lot of kind of what we saw against Talon, where they just kind of let the players come to them.
Just based on a few games we've seen, how well do you think Secret can hold up to other regions? It's still hard for me to delete that first game that we saw from Secret out of my mind.
Oh, but Envy's position is so good. He does get
oh, they eat the flash, and can this guy focus over towards door? That angle backfires.
Even gets the second tag as well. Sure, the spike will be planted and the pit will go up, but this is a risky endeavor for GenG, but they desperately need it. No way out of this pit. Now the
we get the ult with no escape.
There's no exit.
One more shock dart. Yeah, Cypher as well. Blackbeard does great with the reposition. Munchkin went down. Yeah, Munchkin went down. Dude, the Cypher ult was so nice. Oh.
He cannot get the second and third. But now, it's still a 1v1, trying to go for that pop flash. He rotates over, he can't find the kill in time, and NGG will just get the defuse as Jesse
and respect, just trusting in his teammate. Jesse hits a big shot, or at least delays a little bit. This one got close. Yeah, and it's another round that Team Secret kind of...
He expects that there's going to be movement towards the other side.
They're just using the ult into the right rounds as well, that's the thing. Feels like they always have a little bit of an advantage in terms of...
in the Hunter's Furies, just absolutely beautiful.
In terms of big buy rounds that completely wrecks their money. They do force a little bit into this, I said a little bit, just because we have Bulldog. The combo, it was so close. I do like this molly that leaks over deep. Nice.
Texture just barely getting out of that one, not getting hit.
What are the tiebreakers for the play-ins? It's maps. It's head-to-head, then maps, and then I imagine it's round difference.
Solo anchor on B side, and this is just such a safe default setup from Secret. No reason to budge.
Let's see if they're going to push out of Charon smoke through mid, though. Sitting right by the pillar in the smoke is Jeremy, considering it at the very least. And Akia now starting to reaggress.
What are the play-in spots? Essentially,
seems like they're going to set up.
There's essentially 3 teams have made it through, and there's 3 teams in the lower bracket that are all facing each other to get that last spot.
For that early guiding light used, only 1 flash left, but got the ultimate to help cover a lot of that.
So 3 teams, 1 potential spot for Masters. But it gets you into top 4, and then you gotta get top 2. Wait. How is this? There was a guy next to him the whole time.
Coming up from the rear on A main, picks up a double.
That was madness. He jumped down next to him and was watching over towards door. It was so funny. He was watching this side, this other guy was watching this side.
1v2 now.
Oh, that is a wide jump swing, but he'll get the information that he so wants, and Munchkin still safely stationed. Just keeping him at bay with the Trailblazer as well, and Munchkin just standing way out in the open, hard to expect that one.
But we need to pay attention now because it's another one of those rounds where two people survive, they got to rebuy armor, and
until they need it, until they need to
3 people
reset themselves,
are going to have no money if they lose
We've
this.
seen it a couple times here on their breezes throughout this kickoff. And it's the Seekers through the door. Everybody jumps in. I mean, the Seekers do hit Envy, but again, no one's able to identify his position. They get a ping from Jesse's utility as well to set up Envy for the first one, make it a little bit easier for him. So, even though things go GenG's way, it's tooth and nail. It's a lot of damage done to them.
Oh, and this is another switch up from Secret. Whenever they wanted to take the tempo back, a little bit of extra weight onto the
knife,
side,
recon goes in. When the recon goes in, it normally suggests that someone
acting as a distraction here for Texture.
is pushing elbow.
GenG's able to kind of go through the mental hoops to figure out that this might have been a setup for a push out.
They're going to think that someone is here, but we actually push someone over towards B. I like this. This is actually very nice.
Jeremy's position here. Munchkin is
yeah,
taking his time, and they've got a crossfire here with NDG as well, so it's even doubly difficult. I mean, ideally for GenG, they just don't even try
Should
to
there
go
be 2
this
groups
way.
of 3? Oh man, don't ask me about the format. I imagine every thought you have on the format is probably correct.
They've now cleared elbow, but they have no idea about Jeremy. We'll see if that comes into play, or if it's just going to be time spent here on the
Yeah, whoever goes through and plays shows a lot of data. They're in a rough spot.
But Jeremy's going to hear those footsteps, so
yes,
he's going to know. Yeah,
that's why this position is so crucial.
This is good as well, yeah, because it's such a nice position to be able to insert. And honestly, most people, there's like 3 main smokes that people do on attack. It's like these 3, and the one over towards tube is just super nice because getting tube control, inserting one in, especially when you're making map control, you get to hear all of the rotates.
The defense just so easier. Snake bite cuts off the backup. Texture down the site alone. GenG creeping through, but Texture gets taken down. Now it's just 1v1.
Jesse though, and look at that. Yeah, the time was low on this as well. GenG are really having a rough time.
It's just so well drawn up here by Team Secret, keeping track of the movements of GenG.
Just feel like the solo initiator is having a rough time, and they're trying to cover it up by splitting like all the time. But
quick to get up there.
Just feels like there's a lot of stall over towards the site, whether it's a recon, whether it's Viper Molly, or whether it's KO Molly.
From the IGL of Team Secret, give them that 7-3
so the split never really happens at the right time.
Wants to play it if they're just going to try to gum up the front of A here a little bit and try to force things to the other
like
side
we
of the
said
map.
again, GenG win a round, they lose the next.
This time around, Neural Theft and Cosmic Divide again for GenG. We saw that.
Good news for GenG fans is
quite a few rounds
this is Team Secret's map,
combo that to get a round
and it's
win.
not over.
Certainly,
there's that as well.
Feels like they might need it again on another eco with a similar alt setup.
Yeah, I think what we're starting to see from GenG is, I mean, obviously their executes.
I think any teams from play-ins from any region will go to Madrid. I mean, the safe option would be no, I would say, but
if they're not able to creep up and
I'd be
really
mad
set
impressed
up for
if
the
someone
in the most
does.
perfect manner, they're starting to shuffle a little bit.
They'll
and
have
they're
to like
scared of using
proper
their
grind
utility
it
to
out.
gain more information before going in because they have these playbooks where they need the entire set of utility other than that initial guiding light. But this time, like you said, the ultimate is there, even if the firepower is a little bit weak.
Single limb though.
Scratched up. Now they're starting to use
Single
the
limbs.
Nova Pulse to try to clear it out.
Single limbs doable. He's still doing 1 best of 3.
Now it's the bait and switch with NDG. Lakia will clean that up, but Jeremy, he's just too quick. He's been warmed up here at kickoff. He's here to prove that he deserves to be the primary duelist. Still holding onto the site. Spike is down. 30 seconds on the clock.
Enemy remaining.
Jesse Vash with another cleanup as well.
Yeah, just so impossible for GenG to really do anything on this B site. The defense has been phenomenal. Meteor tries to go for the no-scope, gets some damage, but no kill going to be found, and Team Secret goes up 8-3. It's just, these B site hits are just unassailable. I mean, every time the utility from GenG is either late or just isn't hitting what it needs to for them
America's
to get in,
maybe
to
because
set
Group B
Texture up
stacked.
to do what he needs to do as that duelist. And that angle is beautiful there off that side.
That actually is the best region for it, you're right.
Find some damage, and Jeremy letting them know.
Because of Group B and Group C.
Spoke a little piece of his mind there.
Yeah, well deserved. I mean, it's
Who looks
you
the
know, a
scarce
lot of
amongst
people
the
felt
playoff
like Team
teams in
Secret might be the
Pacific? See,
underdogs
I
coming
was
here, and they
thinking
certainly
GenG,
have something to say about that.
but Team
Yeah, a
Secret
lot of people
don't look
question.
anything
Oh,
like their
Jeremy
first
just
game,
putting
which
the
is
nail in the
great.
coffin almost in this first half. So he
Because I
takes out
thought they would
Lakia,
look
the
better than they
only
did.
way to securely gather
But it
information
is
for
just one map
GenG.
at the moment.
Initiator
Like, they
down,
have
no
this map
flashes
on
on the
lock right
board.
now.
And now you really just have to duel your way into this site, but there's a pit on the A side. B just hasn't found success.
Team captures.
If you're one of the players on
I'm
GenG's side, I mean,
buying.
we see Munchkin, he's trying to put out
Wait, it's
whatever
live
calls he
now,
can
right?
as
I think
IGL,
for
but you gotta imagine you're
EME.
running dry.
I'm buying
Well, that's
Koi,
absolutely
Paper
the
Rex,
worst player to lose.
Liquid,
I mean, now you have almost no ability to clear this Viper's pit
and
easily. It
then
would take a
there was
coordinated
another
push of some kind.
skin
You have
that
no
I
flashes,
liked.
you
I
have
can't
no
remember.
Trailblazer to get in there to isolate the Viper and really do anything about this. So sure, Meteor's going to hang out by it and see if maybe he could catch Borkum
It might have
slipping
been.
a little bit.
It might have been the
I
T1
doubt
one.
Borkum is really interested in doing anything about that. It's
a full send fake.
Yeah.
I mean, just doing whatever they can without their flashes, but you didn't clear
Is
the
it
Cypher
Talon?
utility.
I think
no
it is
reason for Team
Talon.
Secret to move away from it. As I see that, Borkum just kind of
One of the red
and
and
actually fully bit the bait.
one of
That's
the red
going
and
to be the
black
A side
skins look
emptied out.
really good.
That's
This is a
a great
lovely
fake.
fake on
What an
this one.
interesting usage
And yeah, this is
that
one of the
cosmic
better
divide.
things about
Of course, now
Astra.
you
And
get the
Astra,
information
honestly,
off the neural theft
their
as well
ult
from
not
Meteor,
having
so
sound is a
this,
huge
push
buff.
from Jesse should be accounted for and dealt with.
It's a lovely
And that's
fake
gonna
on
be
this one.
Munchkin on the lurk as well, and I don't think Team Secret really have the leisure to
Yeah,
account
and they
for
just
that
have
one.
no idea about
Takes
it.
out Jeremy, and
4
that
at the
about
end.
shuts off the
This is
round.
definitely
like you
on.
said, the fake really sending it part of that big one. Perhaps Munchkin also jumping through those cyber cages, making so much noise as if it's more than one member after he tosses out that poison cloud, trying to sell the idea that they've been bottlenecked, and Team Secret starts to just bite. And now, just 2 members. They put up the cyber cage, trying to stick to the half. They want to get 1 kill, though, and it's not going to happen.
Okay,
And
nasty handles.
GenG, when things are all said and
Yeah,
done,
they just
4-8,
never
not as bad as we
managed.
would have imagined when the
Never
round,
managed
the
to
map
be able
first
to
started.
get a few in a
no,
row
and,
here,
I mean,
including the
this
pistol.
is tough, though, for GenG. You came out winning the pistol, probably feeling pretty good, and then immediately losing the eco after that.
Lakers fan day
Team
with
Secret,
the
and that's where
Prime.
things
Thank
really
you so
started
much.
to kind of
Thank you.
unravel for them. Really not able to find that comfort, that coordination. I'm just not seeing a ton of impact from Karon on his utility with the Astra. I can't remember a single gravity well that was impactful in a round.
Does the winner of
Things like
Madrid
that. If
create
you're
an
going to
extra
be playing the
spot
Astra, those gravity
for
wells have to be on
Shanghai?
point. Now,
No.
part of it, obviously, on the
That,
attacker side
that
is
is
so
out
that
of
you
here
can
now.
use it post-plant to, disrupt, delay.
That was only because we had
spike
like an
fuses
odd
and
amount of
things like that, but
regions
they
last year.
frankly couldn't even get into that situation very often. So, I mean, regardless, this is just a really clean half here for Team Secret.
This fan just asking the GenG players to please let them breathe a little bit more comfortably. They've been holding their breath here in the stadium. I don't blame them. I mean, all their matches are going to that third map. I mean, sure, while the players individually looked explosive, even that rematch against RQ yesterday really could have gone either way in that third map of Icebox. So GenG fans just teetering on the edge as Team Secret, they've just been gaining confidence map after map.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It is, GenG
Is
has
Astra
had to
good
fight
here on
such
Breeze?
a hard battle to get here. Both
It's
teams have,
okay.
honestly.
It's good on Breeze, but
GenG, they have played
it's
maps
like,
every single match that
should
they've
it?
played. So
Is
a lot
it
of their
looking
playbook
good
is gonna
enough
be
to
tipped
warrant
towards
like
Team Secret. And
replacing
another
some of
concerning
the
thing here
potential
for GenG is
initiators,
they
or
were
like a
66%
like a
on
Yoru?
their attacker side on this
or-
map through the first 2 times they played it this year, and only getting
Like,
4
it
rounds.
kind of forces you to
Yikes.
play
It's
the
concerning.
Sky,
Yeah, that's
and I would
not
much
a good stat
much
that you
rather
wanna
have
kinda
like
follow up with there. So
this,
GenG,
I guess.
for now, they'll have to forget that, though, as it is a thing
So
of
like the
past
Astra on
now,
its own
focusing
is
on
good,
the defensive side.
but
We mentioned
I
again,
just
if it
don't
does
think it's
come down
as
to
good as the
tiebreakers
other. I
today,
think you
after
lose
these
too
3
much.
best-of-3s, I mean, map differential, round differential, all these small
Okay,
things are going to
GenG
matter.
needing 2
GenG
pistols.
really want to take the lead and run with it here on Breeze.
Mid push for Borkum, seeing what kind of information he can get. 3-stack towards mid for GenG. Already sneaking texture
As we can
in
see right now,
towards
walking
that
out
wall,
over
that
towards
wall
A is the one.
got created on the update to Breeze. Everybody expecting,
Like this pistol, it's just
something that
a
Team Secret
heavy
seemed to be
punish over towards anyone that
favoring
pushes
on the
middle.
defender side with some mid pressure, and GenG here
And
kind of trying to
Secret
anticipate that,
looks
just leaving the
like
A
they're
site
going to do
wide
the most
open.
perfect
Only
thing.
Karon with eyes on it right
We're
now
going to
from
wall
mid
from
doors.
tube,
Yeah, and
or
ready
are we
to exit
going
as
down?
well, right? So just Texture watching his back. Looks like it's always meant to be a full
Wall
retake
from
onto
tube.
the A site. Should hear the toxic screen. Oh, and now they want to take out the lurk as well.
It's
They're
a pretty
actually going all the
shallow
way around
wall,
on the
and
mid-map,
keep
all the
an
way to
eye
elbow. But
on
NDG not quite
the
in a position you
sentinel.
could expect. He should hear
Playing the
all these
sentinel
footsteps.
role
He
has
hears
been
more
his
than
own
once, and
trip,
he's just going to hold. He doesn't want to get
and he
picked
has
off.
a trip
He
to
knows that
know
can
when
give
he
the
can
information to his
activate.
teammates. The
Oh
tripwire
man,
trip.
it's
He's going in. He
beautiful.
sees way too many members, and he's going to get
It is.
He's going to get one. Will
Still
survive,
beautiful,
as
it's
you do
fine.
see Borkum trying to come up as
Pressure
it
here.
stretches, but the biggest
Goes
thing
down.
is
Could have been
now
way
they
better.
have to worry about that flank. Jeremy pushing his way out.
Yeah, and Jeremy
that
did
will
the
free up
good
Team Secret
reaction
to
over
now
towards
keep
site
all
here. When they
eyes
saw
on
the
A
numbers,
main.
they saw 4, they realized they can just
Forces
push the
arriving
1.
too low for Munchkin. NB gets 1. Does find the defuser. He has to stop, and that's just the timing.
Okay,
The ping
it is a
pong back
really
and
nice
forth for
pistol.
Jesse
I
Bash.
actually
And
am
clean
a big
pistol
fan of
win
this.
for Team Secret.
You can see why Team Secret very happy to play this map. I mean, reading GenG every step of the way, from NDG's position to the way that Jeremy pushes right into the cyber cage here of Meteor, expecting him.
What do you think about the
to be
play in
right around that
Pacific?
corner as the door is
Out of all the
opening.
regions right
And then
now, it's
Jesse
the
hanging
most.
out in Charon's
It's the
smoke
most
waiting.
range.
So this is incredible, the way that Team Secret is using
I
the
think
smokes of GenG against them.
there's
Finding
still
these positions
still
where
some
GenG
teams
just
that are
isn't
like at
expecting players to be.
the
Saw
like
it
bottom
in the first half as well.
for
Some
sure.
net attackers
Like
poison
there's
cloud
like
to
a
create, in
noticeable
essence,
gap.
your own one-way on
Whereas
that
like
jump
some
up,
of the other
boxes
regions,
for
there's
nest,
maybe only
things
like a
like
few
that.
gaps.
And this is where a lot of that counter-stratting comes into play. You know the tendencies of your opponents. You try to
There's
say,
less
okay,
top
well, if they're
teams,
always
I
going
guess
to
is
use
what
that
I'm saying.
utility, how do we react to it? How do we use it against them rather than just back out from it?
But
That's
the
what
mid,
makes
the
Secret
mid,
unpredictable,
the
a little
mid top
crafty
teams
here
are
in VCG
stacked.
Pacific, and to some
And
extent
Paper
makes
Rex,
it tough for teams like GenG that like to play fairly
I don't
textbook,
know.
likes
Paper
to
Rex
play
didn't look
execute
crazy
heavy,
convincing,
to figure out
but
how Team Secret will react.
I'm still
No doubt,
confident
and
in
we've
them.
seen that Team Secret very, very smart throughout this so far. You know, Jesse Vash has had some
Who are
brilliant
the best in
reads just on his
Pacific?
own,
Paper
but now as a
Rex.
team, you know, they downloaded Talon after losing to them the first time. Really just used Talon's own game against them, and
This
you
is
know, just
this
had a
is nice for
phenomenal
the. Okay, we're
run
gonna
back.
go into this stack,
Now
but
here
there
against
is no
GenG,
way
kind
these
of
guys
looking
don't
like a
check
similar
this.
type of play style where they're just willing to let GenG be the one to make the mistakes and then punish
Could
them,
work out
or at least
okay, where they kill one but they
find
don't
ways
check
that
for another.
GenG's setups can be
This
used against
seems like
them
the
as
best
well.
here. Jesse
Oh,
gonna
gunship
drone
with the
early.
drone
Oh
doesn't check
yeah.
both angles, so he finds
Oh
both
yeah.
targets, and they've all
That's
been
how we
spotted.
handle
Only
it.
Classics, no
Lovely.
way
Not falling
to
for that
react
one
to
on
that and
Nico.
fight back. Secret will find a free B site. As the members of GenG dwindle down to 3, one sheriff in the
Years of
hands
experience,
Texture,
that is right
because
there.
it's Texture, sure, we never know. But now they hear it. Sheriff in the hands, not giving an
The
easy
drone
angle,
came
trying
out
to set
nice
up a
and
double
early.
there. Can't find the low target Envy either. And you gotta imagine at a certain point, GenG, they're just holding. It's just Texture trying to get kills with the Sheriff at long range, but they accept their fate. The rest of them just classics in hand, waiting for the spike to go off.
Yep, that's just Team Secret doing their due diligence. You know, Jesse Vash with that drone just being like, well, they could be around this corner. We haven't been here. We haven't checked it. And Jesse also good with the
Any
Guardian.
kills?
Lakia gets a dink, gets a kill.
Right.
It's not bad.
Some of these players are so
I mean,
low.
Hey, you just had a classic. You heard that they were coming out your way anyway. You gotta pick up whatever kills you can. Should be able to get out with all the weapons that they wanted on the side of Secret. Now a 10-4
Oh,
lead,
yo,
a
it's-
pretty hefty one.
I
Mostly
tell you
half
what,
armors on
in
the
terms
other side
of like
GenG as well.
coaching, I'm gutted that I'm not around for the Yoru
Very
meta.
concerning now.
That
GenG
is a sick agent to come up
Looks
with
like they're
stuff.
gonna have to
But
dial
I
up
am
something
so
special,
happy
try
I'm
to
not
find a way
coaching
to
these maps. I hate some of
Get
these
fired
maps.
up, but Texture, his impact severely minimized
But
here. 7 and 12
I
now.
am definitely a
Munchkin,
little
the
bit
top
gutted
fragger
that I'm not
for
around for the
GenG so
Yoru
far.
meta because it is
That is
the
very concerning.
possibilities with
Very
Yoru
concerning.
are
Kind
outrageous.
of goes back to the memes of the old days with Optic, right? If you got your non-fragging IGL starting to top
Okay.
the board, something's not going right. Star Duelist not with that
Must
carry power
win
in
for
this map.
GenG.
We won't name names, but
No,
sure.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
the smoke that I was talking about
Still
over
our
towards
favorite
Tube, creating a lot of
IGL,
pressure.
Well, Secret, I mean, they can match the
They
firepower
go for an
fairly
interesting
well,
wall.
And of course, even if they don't, Hunter's Fury will come online
Just
the
purely
next
to
round.
block
I mean,
A-main, but you
Envy
also have
very
a
close to his null command as well.
heavy-
They've got what it takes to
heavy
just
gap
push
here.
right up to the finish line in map 1.
And it feels like so much of what GenG is playing for here is off of contact. No push-outs, no proactive information gathering, but Karon there just steps out.
Just return to
Takes
coaching, it's not too
overpeaking
late.
Jeremy out. Now
But
the
that's the
information
thing though,
Team
Foxy, is
Secret
like,
attempted
it's
to be
actually not too
gathered.
late.
Karon
We can go back
sitting on the
whenever.
back of Pyramid
And there's
there.
no rush.
Use that gravity well. That one at least delays. That's not bad.
Or at
especially
least
with
wait
the
until
jet down
Haven's
as
back.
well. They know that they have this advantage,
Oh,
but no one aware of mid doors. Now there is enough backup. Okay, we do see Munchkin trying to keep his eye on it, but there's just too much time. The timing in favor of NDG. He picks off one, and Lockett goes down instantly as well. The entire site.
Let's wrap this one up.
They just all get hit at the same time. The comms perfect for Secret as NDG, the newcomer, helps open up this round.
There just is no mid pressure, no mid control, no mid information at all for GenG this round. Not a single ounce of energy was expended to check that part of the map, and it pays dividends for Team Secret, who find once again another weakness in their defense.
Oh, you see, we're gonna pick off Texture, and that is
they're
not
way better in this map.
For the star player of GenG. We've been talking about how he's had the tournament of his life, and Meteor now trying to scrape
I never want to say
it's
a comp diff,
the only
really,
member of GenG
but
from
I will say that I
but
saw better
side,
things from Team
the
Secret with their
Team
comp than
Secret
GenG's comp.
As they win the 2v1, 11-4 lead, 7-point difference, and GenG still not catching a clue.
That's the bonus now for Team Secret. And
When do they start playing on the chamber patch? So as soon as, to be honest, and I haven't spoken to players yet, but as soon as they start using the new skins, that's when they're on that patch.
Yeah, get those nerves out,
so,
get those nerves out, get comfy.
I imagine it'll be relatively soon.
Really comfy right now. This is going very, very nicely. A couple marshals, some sheriffs for GenG, full vandals in the hands of Team Secret. You've got the Null Command, you've got the Hunter's Fury. Munchkin able to dodge the 0 point. Now up and over goes Team Secret once again, going for a mid explore. I do see Munchkin at least considering this from the double doors. In fact, they're considering it from both angles. They're expecting this, and they were setting up to try to punish it. But
chamber Metro's back, man. No one's playing it. We need Execute to solo change the mind of every team.
This is a guy you wouldn't mind having this situation.
And he only plays it on one map. We've only got Lotus to change everyone's mind.
Instantly realizes if the Cypher is scoping down, there's no way to react to that.
We're gonna get up to
pick up a consolation kill, but that's all that's going to be.
We're gonna get to 12 with this one, and then we.
You gotta imagine with all this utility, all the weaponry, and of course the timing in favor of Team Secret that leads them right to map point with an 8-round lead for Team Secret in map 1.
I mean, it is an eco, but it's an eco you have to win at this point. So the concerning thing for me here for GenG in terms of just an overall perspective is that they're kind of tunneling in
8 chances.
I mean, from the
even 8 chances with a 1-1 pistol.
Kind of tip their hand maybe a little bit too early with those Marshall shots to just Meteor not expecting somebody to already have flanked over to the left-hand side of the site because he's too busy popping shots through a smoke trying to catch a freebie.
Flash dash recon default as well. No one close, but they're picking the right site to just insta-A hit.
This is a little bit concerning for GenG, and just great play from Team Secret. Just absolutely phenomenal stuff from Team Secret. Do not take anything away from them.
This speed, it's a little fast, but Karon, that one singular gravity well right before the Null Command hits him, it's actually buying just enough time for backup to arrive. Of course, the weakness being applied to Envy helps.
It's too bad. We'll calm this one down. We'll see.
Now we'll just wait until that KO eventually goes down.
Wait.
Jesse Vash. Jeez.
Jesse, how?
He is trying to clean up house. They're switching positions.
He has a great reposition here. Oh man, he actually nearly owns this. The vision block to cross over towards site as well. Could you imagine it?
Jesse's so good.
He just won 2 individual duels towards the right side of A main here.
His birthday buff is carrying over today, man.
Oh, it's the birth year buff. Yeah, 2024, the year of Jesse Vash. Better watch out. 34, that's it.
That's right. This is his best year yet for sure.
Apex doesn't look that promising. Oh man, that's fine.
Having some impact with his utility.
They're fine.
Kind of felt like was lacking maybe a little bit.
They played 2 maps, showed a triple smoke on Breeze. They showed a no duelist on the Sunset. I think they're fine. I actually reckon they got loads of comms.
A lot of anticipation for Jeremy's landing zone at the front of the B site there with the Cypher utility. Trying to see if they can punish that position. I don't know what happened there.
I mean, just the off peek out.
Yeah, I kind of like their Sunset, you're not wrong.
To be fair, yes. Why was he standing right in the middle of the stairs? That is a question that we will never
We'll keep an eye on the Viper that's lurking smoke up. Again, talk about insiding over towards here, bit of pressure over towards B and elbow. Hero rotate, and they can try and take a timing. As we can see, no trip here as well. If Cypher decides to, if Viper decides to go a bit aggro.
Trying to pinch into this B site, but unbeknownst to them, Hall has been taken over by Secret. So the real tail in this loop around is going to be Secret when it comes to it.
And Envy was ready for this.
Munchkin
I mean, he
in the
knows
4v5 decides to go
sometimes
aggro, got to
Munchkin,
try and make a
especially when
play.
things aren't
Speaking
going
of
their way,
making a
starts
play,
to
they
press
push
a
over
little bit
towards
with
A
these
main
lurks,
as well.
tries to
They
go
can
for
kind of
some
reinforce
cheeky
this B
hero
right
plays.
now. And I talk about reinforcing this B.
Now
He's
Meteor
gone
just
all the way around
in a
middle.
world of trouble.
Actually,
Yes, he
GenG
has
are in an
some help.
okay
Well, he had
spot.
some help.
Oh, well, that
Give
goes
me-
down to the
give
luxury.
me
Meteor just trying to
texture.
stay alive in his cyber cages, but they
Gotta give me
wait until
texture.
he has to push out. And now Texture on the
Down.
flank, but it's going to be a flank for flank as well. As we do see Borkum wrapping all the way into defender
There was
spawn. Now
a
Spike is down
point
time.
where if he swung a
Somewhat
little bit
favoring
earlier,
GenG,
he had
but they have so
3.
few members, and the peek out from NDG doesn't get the kill. Charon has to wait until the screen goes down. He goes for a quick peek, and it's going to be the timing on NDG on the reload. They've now entered the site. But just Texture all alone, and all 3
okay,
members
I mean,
spread
this
out
was an
across a
absolute-
13-5 one-sided victory.
And I tell you what,
for Team
chat,
Secret as
the
they go
big
up
thing is,
1-0 in this
it
best of
really
3.
counts for
Thoroughly
round difference
impressive
as well.
performance here
So
from Team Secret, looking so good
13-5
at every twist and
is
turn,
massive.
never giving